Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with another first impressions video, but this time with some Inkjoy gel pens. Now, I have to say this is not sponsored, but there is a plot twist, so stick around to find out the entire story. Now, I have to say Facebook made me do it. I'm part of different groups on Facebook, and a woman claimed that she tried this white gel pen and she said it was better than all the other white gel pens that she owned, and she was throwing them out. So I had to try it. Side note, I did another review on the Sharpie markers. Go check that out. Now, I have to say, I have been using Papermate for years. My oldest child and I absolutely love the Inkjoy gel pens. So now that I've seen that they've come out with a new line, I just had to try it. I wanted to get the white gel pen pack. There was 3 white gel pens, but I was like, what if I don't like the white? Let me try all the colors. And it was giving me some reminiscent vibes. When I was growing up, my mother bought me some gel pens, and they were bright and pastel-y and all kinds of things, and they worked amazing on colored paper. So it was just giving me some reminiscent vibes of that. So what I'm doing here is I'm showing you guys, there's this little ball. Now pay attention to that ball. It was the beginning of problems for me with these particular gel pens. I found that the gel pens were just scratchy. There's no other way to say it. They ended up being very scratchy, but I realized that that ball might have had something to do with it, but I'll loop back to that later. So I started off trying the white gel pen because that was the hero here. Like I said, I was going to buy just the white pack, and I figured I'd try the 6-pack. No matter what I did, I found the white was just really scratchy. The ink was not flowing out properly, and I was really frustrated, and I'm like, wow, best white gel pen ever? Sure. I really wasn't impressed. So I'm like, okay, let's move on to the next color. And here I am with the red. I had a hard time taking those little sticky balls off at the end. It wasn't very easy, but I had to admit the red wasn't going as well, but it was definitely better than the white. So to spare you guys boredom, all of this to say is I was a little underwhelmed because out of 6 gel pens, I ended up struggling with 3 out of the 6 colors. The colors that I ended up struggling with, I will show you guys a little further along. It's more obvious, but as you can see, there are some colors that straight up made me sad. That's why I did a little sad face, and they were unbelievably scratchy. And those were the 3 colors I had success with, and the other 3 were the colors that didn't work as well. So what I did is I'm like, okay, that little ball at the end, I'm gonna rinse them under water just in case there's any residue left. So these are my 3 problem colors. I tried them again, and it definitely helped more with the red. It helped a little bit with the yellow, and then, spoiler alert, it didn't help very much with the white. But I have to say there was an improvement with the red after I had put it under the water, but I still feel that even though there was a little ball stopper at the end, that shouldn't have caused this level of scratchiness and ink flow problems. So I'll have to say the red, it improved, the yellow barely, and the white, not so much. So again, I was really bummed, but that's just the way things go. Sometimes you get a bad batch. Sometimes things just don't meet your expectations, and I realize I'm being picky and I'm looking to see how well they work, but I'm really not trying to be picky. I'm just explaining my experience here, and it seems like I'm nitpicking, but there were 3 colors that did really well. So I was disappointed, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna try my favorite gel pen, the Signio. Now, the Signio has been my personal favorite. I know everybody likes jelly rollers. This is my personal favorite. So I'm like, let's see how it compares. And immediately, guys, there was no comparison. The ink was flowing much better. I found it way more opaque. That means not transparent. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's not just me, it is the gel pen. So I was very disappointed, and I'm like, wow, I've been seeing advertisements all over the place. This is really overrated. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna let this ruin things. I have seen people do beautiful sketches with just a regular ballpoint pen, and even though I had scratchy results, I'm like, I'm just gonna go for purposefully making a scratchy doodle or a scratchy sketch in my sketchbook. I will explore them. I have to say, I was really happy with the way that they layered. They layer very nicely, and you can kind of mix them in. And so it's not a total bust, but I really think they were overrated. So I was seeing it advertised after I bought them all over Facebook. And I'm like, okay. And I read some comment sections, and finally I saw 2 other people had underwhelming experiences like I did, and I ended up commenting under their comments, and believe it or not, Papermate contacted me directly. Ironically, they contacted me the day I uploaded this video with my disappointment. I have to say, them contacting me doesn't change the fact that I didn't have the best experience ever. However, their customer service has been amazing. I've had a lovely customer service representative keep in contact with me for a few days, and the long and short of it is they apologized and they are sending me a new pen pack, which is really nice of them because I was expecting nothing, absolutely nothing. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm showing you they layer really nicely, and I have to say they show up nicely on black paper. They are bright. They look very nice, and if you want to see my little notes better, just hit pause here, but I've basically said how I felt about it earlier on in the video. So I put a little face on it because a little face makes everything better. What do you guys think? I think it does. It makes everything happier. So I tried it on different paper, and I have to say the ink flow was a little bit better, so I got excited. So I decided to take the last page in this sketchbook, and yes, I will be doing a sketchbook tour, and I used them on just normal cartridge paper. And I was disappointed because it said that these are brights, and they're bright on dark and light paper. And as you guys can see, it is scratchy. I struggled with the ink flow. It was a little bit better on this paper, I'm not gonna lie, but it definitely was scratchy, and even the plastic part of the pen doesn't feel the same way that others do. So anyways, I was disappointed it wasn't as bright as they advertised, but overall, I have to say, I'm not going to throw it out. I was still planning to use these pens. I wasn't even thinking of returning them. I just figured, well, you win some, you lose some. And I was just going to use them for, correcting when I homeschool or just whenever I could. I wasn't going to throw them out. I was disappointed, but I liked my little sketch, and I was happy I had an excuse to finish this sketchbook. So stick around. My next video will be a sketchbook tour of this little sketchbook, and I'm really excited for that. I have to say, Papermate, excellent customer service. It was a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting it, and I am going to try the new pack of pens when it comes in and keep you guys updated. But I have to say, if you guys run into any problems, contact them. They were lovely. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you stick around for more. Have a lovely day. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of future videos. Bye, everyone.